Alright guys, here we are, the ending of the modeling. It's finally here. This is the last part of the modeling, and just as I promised, remember, part 15, this is it. I did not trick you, I did not cheat. It's part 15, part 2, because that's how you have to do it, okay? If Attack on Titan can do it, I'm going to do it as well, okay? I am allowed. So, uh, thank you so much for clicking on a video. Thank you so much for being here to begin with. And I really hope you enjoyed the series so far. There are way more videos to come, not just to the series, but in general. And yeah, I really hope you guys will enjoy this and you will enjoy, well, the whole experience throughout the time. So, without further ado, if you're new to this video, please click that subscribe button, click the like button, and try to leave a comment. See what happens. See if I will answer. I will definitely answer, by the way. And if you're not new to the channel, click on the subscribe, click on that like button, and share this video. And also leave a comment about what you think about this series, and this video, and about me, and about everything. So, without further ado, let's get to work and finish the modeling part. Alright, so having this done, what shall we do now? Because I think the windows should follow, right? And we'll start with the wagon because I'm trying to think of how to make them. So apparently there should be like pretty long or high windows, right? Like, have a pretty good height to them. So the way we'll do the windows, it's actually pretty simple, and we did see before. So tree, select this face, Shift S, and we have it right here. And then Shift A, and what shall we put in? Well, of course, it's gonna be a cube. So let's scale a cube down, like that's something like that at least. And S, Z, kind of around there should do. And now go into edit mode, vertex mode, and let's go into edit. So by selecting this much, I want to make it rounded. So kind of like this. It doesn't matter. It's a little high right now. We'll just make it like this. And X a little bit to have it a little thinner, but still there. So yeah, this one is straight up there, but I do like a little more this rounded kind of part. I think it's I don't know, just nicer. So having this, right, we can just GX it kind of around here, and we could leave it like this, but we won't, right? We will go as Y, and there's a reason we will do this. So kind of about here, and apply rotation, also apply scale. Good. The reason we did this, right, because we will use a boolean. I think all of you realize that by now. So this, let's call it window cutter, right? And we will shift D it, and the new one is gonna be just a window. Well, oh yeah, something like that. Good. The reason for that, right? It's because we actually don't need just the window itself. We need something to cut through our cube. So that's why the window cutter is there. And just like the other time, we will select the bounds, because this is what we need. This is what we need to see. Oh, we just need to see the bounds so that we know, okay, yeah, we're cutting with that. We can just move it around in case we need it. And that's kind of it. Good. Having that, go into the the modifier for this, and actually we could just go out because it is there. it's right here, but it's probably not enough. So exactly what I was saying, sy for example, and let's see how much else we might need. And if we hide this and hide that, um, well, I think it wouldn't matter that with it, because it has to be all the way up till the other side. So let's actually do that. So not height, sorry, GY, kind of like this. This is doing more than enough. Actually, way more than enough, but it's fine. It's good. We got this. So we just take this now and mirror it by the Y with the wagon as our focus, basically, as our center. And there you have it. This is the window, right? And GY, and let's move it up here to just make it, like the rim of the window. But this whole thing is not gonna be the whole window, right? Like in our reference here, honestly, I don't understand if this is the inside or if it's like the top and the bottom of the window. But we will not have the entire window like this, right? What we will have is gonna be the window, so as Z0. The window is gonna be something of kind of around here, and everything up here is gonna actually be our window, right? So it's gonna look nice, but it's not gonna be that big, right? So there's that. Also, it will need to have this here, so you know this and this. And the reason for this, right? Why did I create this? Because our window will be extruded on the inside, right? Kind of around there. They should do. And we could do two things. We can delete this if we really wanted to, but we don't. We don't want to do that, right? We don't need to delete the faces here. What we do need, however, and actually we might be able to delete this inside, because I mean we don't see, do we? This I think, however, well, let me just do the extrusion afterwards. So with 3, go into extreme mode, vertex select mode, and I think if we do, well, no, because then we just have a plane. No, yeah, no, not a good idea to do this. So we'll stick to our plan. We'll stick to our original plan of extruding these faces on the inside, somewhere around there. That should do. And that's our window. And that's pretty cool, and we love it. And on the tree, right around here. Well, we will need to do a little trick with the materials, but that's when texturing comes in, and we'll talk about it there. But for now, you just need to know this is what we have, this is our window, and it looks okay. It's pretty good. It's pretty out there. But of course, we need a subdivision modifier, just like all the other had, whatever. Um, okay, something like this. So, of course, this being just edge supports, we'll speed this up. Uh, just a little break here from the speed up. So if I didn't tell you this actually, when you do the boolean, it's very important for you to also subdivide and shade smooth or shade auto smooth, depending on what you like, the body you cut with. Because if you don't, right, let me put this back to flat, you will see this. in this case, it's not that important because it's gonna be on the inside. We won't necessarily see it, but just imagine if you actually will cut something that you will see outside, it's not gonna look good. So always remember to smooth this body as well, so that everything is gonna be smoothed out, and also it's gonna help with the shape, as you saw up here. And yeah, this looks perfect. So there's that. And actually, we kind of finished with subdividing. So we have this window, it's subdivided now, and that's pretty cool, pretty perfect. Good. Having this, now what we can just do, well, it's actually two things, right? First thing that we have to do is disable this boolean because it's going to get in our way big time, and add a big array modifier before the subdivision if possible. And we'll have a actually we will need to see the textured version on this one. Oh, and it's gonna look like this because I didn't. Okay, there you have it. All right, and let's have it here as well, and that should do it, right? Well, more or less. We could also do something like this. Good, perfect. Good, good, good. Let's save. Please don't forget to save. It's very important. I don't want you to miss all the work you've done because it's a lot, and I think it would be a shame. So let's see how many we should put, and to add distance, right? Let's try one. Oh, actually 1.6 looks pretty good, and we'll just move it a little, kind of around there. Should do, I think. And if we move this, of course we have to move this as well. So kind of here should do. And back to bounds with you. Not that one, sorry. This one. Okay, and now we see the window. And to the window, we basically will do the exact same thing, right? Because that's what we need. First, let's see if there's any problem. Like if it's... Oh, actually, I should put this for you as well. I didn't really wanna, because, I kind of wanted to avoid putting even more geometry on it, but seems like it's a good idea though. And I think it looks good. I think it looks pretty beautiful. Good. Oh, also, there's a problem. Oh, I didn't do this. Right. That's why the problem was there. Okay, now it's shaded out as mode as well. And so we could apply also an array modifier here before the subdivision. And it's mirroring it, right? Right. Good. So 1.6 and 4 of them, and there you have it. Looks pretty good. Very good to me. All right, this is the wagon. This is actually evolving really nicely. Okay, having this, what we can do now is just select the windows and parent it. So select the windows, shift left click select the wagon, and control P, object keep transform. The rooftop, again the same thing, and the cutter, very important, also connected. Good, 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 good. Because what? Like, you can ask yourself, why did we do this? Well, really, because we needed to. And actually, we need all of this to be. So we will actually hide the background right now. We don't even need it anymore, really. And Alt D and on X, and whenever you see fit. And again, Alt D and another Alt D. All right, look at our train. Right, it's pretty big. No, we definitely didn't see that coming, did we? That's pretty cool. Okay, all right. Alright, alright, alright. And actually, we can have this face, subdivided one more time and have a circle in the middle here. It's a pretty big circle, but it's gonna work. Actually, no, it's too big. So, actually select these faces and let's scale it down kind of like there. Let's, get it up on that. And what this will do, SZ0, so that all of them are gonna be aligned. Um, well, what this will do, besides giving us a headache, right? Delete these faces, and this will be basically our little vents, let's call them. Well, not the greatest vents per se, but they're doing the job. But I think they're too tall. So vertex mode and the X-ray mode as well. And let's just get them a little down and scale them on the everything, but the Z-axis probably should do. Yeah, good. Good, nice. Look at that. Look at our wagons. Our wagons are pretty nice. And let's do the same thing here. Just because really we can. And also because I think symmetry is important. Yeah, that's why. Not just because we can, of course. Why? Did you really think I would do something like that? Of course not. Right? Scale is down. And then we extrude on the Z. Just like we did before. But this time we'll do it, low. Because we know it. And SZ0. And we can kind of see it already. So also scale it on the Z like this. A little up like that. And let's, use the power of our subdivision surface, which I still think it's so cool to do because it's just helping us so much. And we got this so nicely done. Look at that. That looks actually pretty impressive, especially compared to my original train. I think my original train was not this good. Like, this has a lot more detail to it, and I'm kind of jealous I didn't do it like this from the get-go. And now, there's actually one more thing that I forgot to do, and that's the wheel, because that wheel will actually go to all of these. And to do that, what shall we do? Should I take this or should we make a new one? Let's actually make just a new one. You know what? I feel good about it. So Shift S, cursor to selected. It's gonna go in the center for the origin there. So we're just going to go to the cylinder, right? It has 16 here, so just rotate it on the X, and now scale on everything but the Z-axis. So the Y-axis. Sorry, don't scale like I said previously, because it's not gonna do a good job. And something like that. And it's pretty big. God damn. Alright, but we don't care about that because apply the scale again apparently, and the rotation. And then auto mirror it. And why do we auto mirror? Well, because we can edit it so much easier. That's why. Auto mirror for life. Because, I mean, look how cool that is. That's such a time saver, really. This is kind of hard to see now, but I'm gonna try my best. I'm trying to like see. What if I go into wireframe? Should I see better? Shall I? Mm-hmm. Not really. We could be, actually look how impressive this is. I actually love looking at this. Which is pretty cool. I might take just a screenshot of this for the thumbnail because I talk way too much. Okay, having this shade out of smooth it like we always do. And now on this face, Shift Z, Shift S, sorry, cursor to selected, and we will create the new type of wheel. But for this type of wheel, we will just have a cylinder, because this is gonna be a, honestly, it's probably the easiest wheel out of all of them. Oh, what happened there? Something's not good. Why are there two of them? Oh, we're still in edit mode, sorry. If you're in edit mode, basically the modifiers will still work, even on a new body, so that's why that would happen, and they didn't take the rotation. So on everything but the y-axis again. Oh, this is way too smaller. Small, sorry. S, Y, N, and don't forget, this has to be kind of here. Well, actually a little bit here. Kind of like this. Yeah, kind of there. So, why did I say this is the easiest one? Well, really, it has a few advantages compared to the other ones. First, it's easier to model because it's solid. Yeah, you don't see through it. We don't have to make all these facings. Secondly, you don't see what's behind it, and that offers us the advantage to delete this face because we won't see it, so we don't need it. And also, let me take this cylinder and actually put it kind of about there. I don't think it's right in the middle, so I might have to just get this up and scale on everything. Well, scale on everything but the Y. Kind of about there. Alright, good. That's good. Having this, we will have to, well, apply the scale, apply the rotation, and do an auto mirror. And something's not working properly. Let me think. Did this just cut? No, it didn't. Did I? I did apply the rotation. So why do you do that? What's wrong with you? Because that's not a necessary thing to do. So what is going on? Why are you doing this to me? Well, not really mattering, really. We can just do this. It's still working for me, but just a little curious on that. Well, actually, I need to also compare it to the other wheels because I think that's a pretty important detail as well. Like, you know, if you have like one super thick wheel and the other one is gonna be like, you know, way shorter than the others, it's just gonna look dumb. So let's not do that. Let's you know, GY and GY like this, and yeah, they're actually kind of there. Make sure they don't intersect, and they don't. And I just like so much to see the wireframe at work. I think it just looks. Oh, by the way, let me show you one trick. I know this is not part of what we do now, but it's a pretty cool trick. So, if you have this, you can do some things. So, if you go into the right here in the materials and the solid mode and stuff, you have this option mode, right? I would recommend you to select backface culling. It's just gonna make the edges a little more clear for you, and also the shadow. I think it helps because it gives us the shadows. We kind of can see it, but it's also gonna slow down. So you know, depending on what you want, I do and I don't recommend it. And also the cavity. The cavity makes it pop up. It's going to well, to pop up and see a little better the edges, all the possible problems we have. I think it's good to have it. And don't forget to save. I'm going to keep reminding you of that. And what you can do to not get lost into how many objects you have and see which is different and which is not, you can just come here and press on random. and it's going to assign a very random color to each and every one of your objects. And I think this is really useful. I use it all the time and I love it. I think it's a really useful tool. And besides that, you can also, so you have the statistics there, and also to show off when you wanna, make a presentation or wanna make, I don't know, uh, let people see how your mesh works. You can activate the display wireframe, and there you are. You have the solid, and also you have the, the geometry of it all displayed. But personally, so I love this, but I do also love, uh, you know, the wireframe by itself. It looks pretty cool. Let's not forget that. Also, I think you already saw it, but you can also have a random color for each of the wires. So when you go to wireframe now, it's gonna assign different colors to the wires. So I don't know if this is necessary a necessity or whatever, but it's a way you can do it, and I mean it looks pretty interesting. Let's not lie to ourselves. I don't think it looks as good, but it gives a nice vibe. So I kind of like it, to be honest with you. Good. This was a tangent. It had nothing to do with what we were doing, but I just thought, hey, I'm going to just talk a little bit about it. Because it took me a lot of time to find this out, and I actually could really have used it. So let me watch this one more time, just for a second there. Oh, okay. Let's actually make this edge just a little thicker, like that. That's cool. Insert it in on the inside, and not too much because, as you can see, we will have a problem with our wheel there. And then let's scale this down. Not too much, just kind of like that. Insert it again, kind of up till here. Uh, E to extrude just a little bit. No, actually more. And then just scale it down. And that's kind of it. It's not too complicated. And this looks horrible, but of course we will put a subdivision modifier, and it's going to look not just amazing, but absolutely astonishing. Let's do this. All right, that's it. That's the wheel. That's the last. So let me actually call it this way. All right. Having this, well, we'll mirror this just like I used to do with the other as well. So on the y-axis, and of course by the main center. Actually, by this, we can do it by this. Yeah, it's gonna be the same. Okay, good. I am so happy I did this. Yeah, this is why I love doing this whole thing. Let's take the wheel and shift left select click with this Control P and pair them. Why? Because when we move this, we'll be able to also move that, and I think it's just more useful. I don't remember if I did this with the others, but wait, no, the cylinder to this. It's just useful, in my opinion. Same with these. And alright. So let's duplicate this, and it's going to destroy everything, but we don't care because we're going to just deselect this and select our trusted wheelbar number 3, and that's kind of it. It's not really gonna make a difference per se because we don't really see it, but I'm gonna just put it out there, and in case it's not gonna render, I'm going to get it out. And did I just say maybe not gonna render? Well, yeah. Unfortunately, that might happen, and that's not gonna be too cute. But we'll have to see if that happens or not. So actually, let's make a collection and say just wheels plus wheel bars. As I said, I recommend everyone to please work as organized as possible. It's gonna help you in the end. So I recommend organization. It's a pretty important part, and I don't think it's stressed enough how important that is. But of course, right now it's my project is not a good example because I didn't do this. But I'll probably do it off camera. I just did this to kind of show you kind of how I do it. So I kind of put the wheels all together just to have them, and that's kind of it. I kind of put the same object from at least the same part. So, for example, the main cylinder will go probably with all these. The lower part will go all together, and the wagons will have a separate part by themselves, along with the clamps. Because I just it doesn't have to be like everybody, with their own separate part. Uh, but it has to be you have to be able to decipher it. You have to be able to find where you've put and what, because that's just a smart thing to do. And all right, so we are ready to just take this and the wheel bar, well, not that, but the wheel bar number 3 and the wheels. That's what we want. And what we will do is shift D. And this is why, because these are way way wider. Sorry. Because of that, do but no, because if I do this, it's gonna break. So do something like this. I'm trying to think how not to break, the logic, but also to make it look decent, considering what we have to do. So pretty challenging, honestly, because it's not a great idea. I should have thought about it before this, and I didn't. And for that, well, I, and actually you too, if you followed me, kind of have to pay for. So, really sorry for that. Um, this is why it's important to kind of think of details like this beforehand, right? Because you would not have to get into all this. And actually, this is much. This is a little too much. So, actually, let's not not add support edges. And yeah, now we can just look on this one. There. Yeah, there should do. And now we could add those support edges that we so wish. Right, because now it's just easier to do. And we have this, and this is pretty awesome. No, actually, don't put them there. No, don't put that there either because it's gonna break. But now it looks pretty good. Okay, so save it. And because I did this, well, actually, we'll delete this because this should this should in theory work now. And actually, all these should do the job, right? Well, how about that? That doesn't work. And how shall we fix it? Well, pretty easily, really. Kind of exactly what we just did, but different. So we basically do the exact same thing, but upper on the upper part. So actually, let's dash this and be able to kind of see a little more. You can also do the same thing with more objects, just in case you're wondering. So yeah, you can definitely do that to make it easier for you to see. So sy0, we're gonna put this at basically the same level. Actually, we'll drag this a little bit kind of here. sy0. That's it. This, we kind of make sure to select both of them. Box select sy0, and this also has to... It doesn't want to go there? Well, GY. It doesn't matter what it wants. It matters what we want. Too bad for it. Almost sorry. Okay, select these. Shift select these. SY 0 again. And now we should be good. We will have to add more geometry though. So that's the edge and dissolve. That's kind of the downside of doing this. Again, I didn't think about it from the get-go, so that was my fault. That was me not thinking too much about it, and it's still not good enough. Has to still be put a little more upwards. So go back into edit mode and dash and X-ray and G and Z. Hopefully that will do everything for us, and we don't need to have to do anything anymore. But of course it doesn't, because why would it? Why would it work the way we want it, huh? When I made a mistake. Yeah, so I can really, cry about it, because it is my fault after all. I should have really thought about it way more beforehand. But we didn't. Well, I didn't. And here we are. I'm kind of scared of this because I'm pretty sure you might merge something, and I don't want to. It's not merging actually, which is impressive. I am adding though so much geometry, and I really don't like that. Well, yeah, kind of a little than there, but we won't notice it. And let's see now. I'm actually quite curious if it works. Oh, what else can we do? Well, I can't tell you what we can do. Take all these. Well, besides the wheel and this one. Select please. Okay. GX. And let's get it up. There should do. And you might say, well, but this one doesn't. Well, this doesn't matter, because just as we did so far, we can do it one more time. Right, so just get the Z down here, and that's kind of it. Fixed. And everything is back where it should be. Well, actually, yeah, that was a little too much. But kind of like this. This does the job perfectly well. Well, not perfectly well, apparently. Intricacies. Great. So, having this, we could either alt-D it, or we can just, add an array modifier to it. Let's actually add under which window? Under each window, almost. So 4, yeah, 4 should do. And we also need this one to have one. And yeah, this one doesn't have anything really, just the shades auto smooth. And I don't think it needs more than that, because, well, why would it? And yeah, let's actually take a look on this one, because there, good. 3 and 4. Alright. Good. Now we have this, and actually we don't need to. Well, box selected, but we didn't need box select. And what we can do actually is take this array again, and because it's already an array modifier, it's going to basically give us exactly what we need. So we do this one more time, and it's perfect. And actually, one more time, and look at that. It's it couldn't be better than that, could it? And we'll do the exact same process for the wheelbar number 3 here, Mr. Wheelbar. All right, let's array that, and actually let's go into array mode to see it. Um, and yeah, we have to get a little closer in to figure out where we need it, but it seems like, oh, all right, so even that is too much for you. Jesus. So kind of 2 or 1. Well, if you tell me I have to put a 5, oh, come on. That's kind of perfect though. Alright, we'll leave it to that. Yeah, so try to do that, and there we have it. It is done. It's a perfect train with the wheels, with the windows, with everything, but it's not yet over. Still, we still need the window for this door. Shift S cursor to select it here, and let's get ourselves a cube. Scale it on the Z, scale it on everything but the Z as well, somewhere around there, and maybe, yeah, I think this should do. So we'll do a cube here. We don't round this one up, it's just gonna be a small cube, kind of exactly what we see. We'll add a bevel to it though, because, we do like bevels. And we'll apply the scale, of course, and see, kind of there should go. 5, it's shady out of smooth already. And you know what, you have a boolean already, but we give you one more, because we love booleans. Not a main cylinder though, but a cube. And this is gonna be the cabin window cutter. And yeah, I know it's not in the recollection. I'm gonna put it right now in the recollection. Just here. And Shift D. And we have 2 now. And this is gonna be just the window. Good. And so we'll have just the mount for the cutter, like we just need to. And this one, as we could see, oh wait, I destroyed another good one. And it's just like on the other one. We will need to select this, and GY is going to, take a little bit of time to think, because it's computing how to destroy this, and it did a good job. How about that? Okay, perfect. Now having this, we will just have to put a little bit of a perspective into it. I'm kidding. So the cabin window has to show up, as Y, kind of about there. GY, kind of about here. Yeah. And then select this face, Y, actually I, actually YI, and E, and just extrude it a little bit on the, its back. Good. We have this. It's perfect. It's more than perfect, actually. It's perfection itself. And actually, we might play with a bevel, because I think it's a little too big for what it has. And it was not, but yeah, we leave it like this. I'm just I just feel safer like that. All right. So having this, let me actually go Control 1. This is the back, right? So select the faces again. Is it selected? Oh, it is. Sorry, couldn't notice that. and I'm going to X-ray just to see kind of why. What's going on? Oh, we're not into edit. Sorry, so sorry. So why now? And kind of about there. We need it to be the same, more or less. So we can also, of course, for that, select these two and add Z0, and also these two and add Z0, 0, sorry, and there we have it. You'll see why we did this in the next parts. But for now, this is kind of it. Yeah, we have the window here as well. That's pretty cool. And also we need a window here. A lot of windows. But you know what? That's the fun of it. Because what's more fun than creating windows? Well, probably anything else. But not now. Uh, RX90. This is probably gonna be not just the longest video I made, probably the longest video I will ever make. Uh, yeah, probably a better idea to have not said that I'll finish the modeling in part 15. I'm just saying, maybe, you know, could have been a good idea. Somewhere there. Okay. Pump it up. And really, I don't think we need much more than this. Well, we will need subdivision surface, of course, because we need it to be auto-smoothed. We need it to, make a fine hole here. So that's why. And because of it, uh, so again, we don't really care about this one. This is gonna be the car cabin window cutter. Longest name ever. And let's Shift D to duplicate it. And this is just gonna be the window around. Alright. First, take the cabin, duplicate this one more time, and please don't go crazy on me. Let's actually go fast. Fast. And delete this and choose, well, I don't know which one it is, but I'm gonna choose it from here. And that's good. And now, of course, we take the cutter and just show the bounds. This is cool. Now, SY, actually, let's bring it up here. SY again, kind of about there. GY to get it there. And yeah, from here on, it's pretty easy. We just play around with our shape, and let's actually get a little further because overlapping geometry is just not fun. They might seem fun, of course. I don't know who the hell would see that as being fun, but I just said it to be said. But no, they're not. It's tricky, okay? It just tricks you to believe they're fun, but they're actually really, kind of mean. As you can see, actually, as you saw a little earlier, this creates some problems. So actually, let's get this up and insert it one more time, kind of about here. Extrude it just a tiny bit, insert it again a tiny bit, and also wait, let me see this. Boom and boom. This looks pretty cool, doesn't it? And now let's do this because it's just easier. Little these vertices, these annoying vertices, I shall call them. And actually, am I saying this right? I think my extrusion might be a little bit over this. So we actually want this to be kind of here to not, impact the extrusion. Alright, and we will apply mirror modifier on the y-axis, and we'll do this before the subdivision happens, so it doesn't break it. Now the question is, did we apply the rotation? We did not, but now we did, and now it should be good. Is it good? I honestly can't see it. I'm trying to see it. No, I think it's there. Yeah, no, I think it's good. The best way to see it though. Let's do this. Okay, it is there. It's good. Okay. And there you have it. This is our door. This is how our door window will look like. And also, we did talk about the doorknob in the beginning, and I promised to make it. So a UV sphere will be done. The segments, well, let's make an 18 by I don't know, 12. Not 120, but 12, please. So we did this. Yes. Okay. Something like that. And just move it G everywhere but the Y. And G, Y, something like that. And auto-smooth it. And you know what? We could be doing a little bit of tricks. So in other words is the faces, sorry. So Rx not 90 but Rx minus 90 to have that hole in the back here. So select these edges, E, Y, and until it intersects here. Good, and now we have our doorknob. Right, so um, there we go. So we have basically everything we want. However, we can still add some small little stuff, such as the bell that we talked about in some of the previous videos. And I moved the 3D cursor already there. So Control 3 to see the train from the front. And look how nice this looks. This is pretty cool. Cylinder. We add a cylinder, 16 vertices, and let's just scale it down, way down, way down. And apply the scale. And now get it GNZ to get it up. Go into edit mode, X-ray mode, and vertex select mode. So, having all these done, all these modes done, we will add a few loops. We'll add 5 loops. I think that's more than enough. And select the bottom, then activate the proportional editing and the inverse square, our most favorite one, and a scale and on everything but the Z axis. So shift and Z to do that, and let's just scale it somewhere around kind of that. That should do. Good. Now let's take the proportional, go to sharp, S, shift and Z, and let's pull it just a little down like this, and you'll see why just this much. Let's get it up like this, add another 3 loops, and now scale on everything but a Z, and now one more time, just a very little one, add 2 loops, scale, shift and Z, and this one is going to be like super small, like this, right? Okay, and just push it down a little bit, G and Z, to make it a little more lovely. So, auto smooth it, and look how beautiful that one looks. Now having this, first, we will select this face down here, insert it just a little tiny bit, kinda like that, and delete this face, because this is a bell. Why would we need that face? I'm telling you, we don't. Okay, we can also add solidify modifier, the one to rule them all. And we should do, actually -1 is working. but it should be pretty small. Or should we do one? Let me check. Check, 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 check. Yes, but uh, no, -1 and maybe 2 millimeters, which was already selected. And yeah, that's kind of quite good. Perfect. And of course, we subdivision surface it with a level 2 for now. And let's just add a little creases right about, actually not up there, just like this. Deactivate the proportional editing because we don't need it anymore. And yeah, just add these little small details. Oops, not that. Like so. Super nice. And the clipping starts. Perfect. Something like this. Select this face, insert this face, and there you have it, our own little bell. How about that? So, having this bell, we can also see that it has a holder, kind of. So, first, actually, let's call it bell, like, you know, in the Beauty and the Beast. Okay, and now, sorry, Shift A for a curve, because we will do this with curves, of course. Bezier curve, edit mode, A, delete all the vertices, sorry. And now control right click here, control right click there, and let's make sure these are aligned. This is a very important thing. R, and let's just go on the X and not 90, but RX minus 90. Okay, and now G and Y to move it kind of about there. And G and Y with just this handle, and also G and Y for the whole thing actually, and G and Z a little bit, and G and Z for this handle. Okay, and now object data for the curve, and let's, I don't even know how much, we'll just kind of eyeball it, whatever seems good. Probably a little more, something like that, maybe. I think it looks pretty good. And let's move it on the X a little. Kind of about there should do. Cool. Now I got that. And let's apply the scale and apply also a mirror modifier to it on the Y, and just make sure it's by the bell. It was already doing okay because its origin is right here, but you know, just in case. Good. All right, so now we have a bell. We have the whole, actually let's also call this bell hole. All right, so I just took care of some of the things. It's not fully organized yet, but we will do that. I promise. But for now, it's a little better than this because we kind of have some of the things at least a little more organized. So let's first take this, press the dash, which I still think is not cool. Dash, and let's actually select this face right here, Shift S, and cursor to select it. It doesn't really matter, it's not perfectly in the center. We do kind of care about that, so you know what? Let's just do this. Perfect. And now that we are done with this, we can just take that edge out, and let's just add a cube. The hero of our story. The impressive cube. Essence that, so our door should be kind of like this, more or less. Go into edit mode, and let's take this just a little down because we will want it to be rounded. Who would have guessed that, huh? Yeah, but now it's sharp. Let's go with inverse square still. It is the best one for stuff like this. Alright, and you know what? Let's just take this down, kind of like this. SY just kind of, actually no, it's too thin. Kind of about there, I think it should do. And shade is smooth. Let's go out of X-ray mode for just a second to see it, and it looks good. Perfect. Alright, now subdivision it at least once, you know, with a level. We'll do this for now. It's not going to be something that is, you know, in the center of attention. So just like I said in the previous videos, um, you know, don't add too much geometry if it's not necessary. Alright, having this done, I think everyone knows exactly what's gonna happen. First, we're gonna name this wagon do kata. Okay, and duplicate it, and this just well becomes as this becomes a wagon door. Perfect. We'll hide it just for a second now, and let's actually scale this on the X quite a bit. Kind of that does it. Doesn't have to be more exaggerated than it already is. And the reason for it is because don't forget there are other wagons as well. Don't intersect those, whatever you do. Alright. Oh, actually, let's add one here as well. And if we added it here, I think should be added here as well. Okay. Was there something that I forgot? Oh yeah, I think this was supposed to be here. Better. Alright, so having this, we will just add a boolean, well, another boolean, really, and duplicate it. It's not doing anything because it cannot see it, but uh, basically we will delete this first, and now just choose our wagon Doorknob, and let's see what it's doing. Well, first we'll actually put this at bound. Bounds. Good, 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 good. And there we are. It's actually kind of not nice because of the windows. The windows are also cutting, and this one is cutting as well. What shall we do about it? Well, there are more things that we can do, but the first thing I think of, at least, let's get it a little down so that it doesn't intersect. Alright, the window will still cut, so they're still happening, but this one doesn't actually do anything to that. So because of it, it really doesn't matter what the window does, because this one is not going to be part of that. And let's not forget to move these to the wagons. Good. And now we have the wagon door, which we still have. And SX, let's scale it up. Actually down. Actually, you know, it doesn't matter. GG. And I'm adding a little bit more detail to this because this is gonna actually be seen. Unlike, you know, the door cutters, which no one will see. This is actually gonna be able to be seen, so I think it's a little more important to have it. And there, it's just gonna get a little bit out, just a little bit, to kind of make a difference. And that is kind of it for the door. Let's move it also to the wagons and actually go to it. All right, and we could leave it like this. Like, I think it's perfect, but I am the one they keep saying, adding details is amazing. And I do believe that. Let's actually even mirror this. Also over on the X, that's good. By the wagon and something. Oh, why is it there? Am I having a mirror on the Y? So if I do this, it might actually break it. But let me see. Yeah, it does break it. Interesting. Yeah, it's not that interesting. It's kind of, you know, normal. Doing this is not gonna break it because it's still in the middle. It's still doing what it should do. Okay, so I just put the origin where the cursor is, and the cursor I set it to be right in the middle of the vertex, just like you saw. And because of it, this will also be right in the middle. But as you can see, it's not, something's not right here. Because it's not getting out. And that, I don't like that. If this doesn't work, that's perfectly fine. We'll do something I did show you in the last video. We'll create an empty and actually call it, first of all, we'll call it wagon door mirror. Because this is what it's going to be to do for us. So instead of mirror it by that, we'll mirror it by the empty, and to make sure this goes exactly where we want it to, we just move the empty slightly. And there we have it. The more we move it, the more the door gets out. Also, let's have this with the wagons, and because usually we do forget about this, let's take this empty and actually parent it to the doors. So whenever we move the doors, we actually move the empty as well with it. Good. This is good. Let's go out of X-ray, and now taking one more look at this door. Let's get this up just slightly. All right, let's actually put the cursor kind of about there. Well, no, actually, you know what? Still one in the middle. So, yeah, I love symmetry. Don't blame me. All right, and let's add a cylinder. Oh, I'm still right. Now let's add a cylinder while we are out of edit mode. Kind of that. Scale it down, RY90, and here we are. We're going to make a small little window for this, just like we did for the door. Well, small is not exactly right, but you got it. Just like we did for the window on the cabin door. Okay, so this, of course, is gonna be the wagon, the window cutout. Damn. If this name is not describing exactly what this is, I don't know what it does. Alright, and actually let's keep it like this. This is okay. Okay, so shade, auto smooth this, and let's actually first apply the mirror to this, and first apply the scale, apply the rotation. The mirror will be on the X by none other than the empty we just created, because it's exactly where we want it to be, even for this. So now, because we have this cylinder here, again, it's not going to be noticed, and because of it, I am not going to use a subdivision surface for this one. So let's just add a boolean to our door here, a fast one by this, and this is gonna be set to bound. All right, perfect. Also, I should duplicate it because I forgot to do that, and this is just gonna be the window, and it's gonna go texture, and yeah, let's just scale it on the X, kind of about there. It has to be pretty thin. Oh, but you know what, it's going to bother us. So kind of about that. And you'll see what I was talking about when I say bother us. Actually, first, let me just mirror it by this. Oh, and actually, we could use. I keep forgetting about the auto mirror. It's right here. It's open, and I still forget about it. Okay, so I think this is on the wrong side. Yeah, it is. So positive and auto mirroring now, and now we're good. Now we're exactly where we want it to be. Perfect. And if we look at the modifiers, we have it here. So we have two mirrors for this one, which is okay. And now tree to select this face, insert it. I think I press O. And by the way, when you press O, you also open the proportional editing. As you can, oh right, the screencast. How about that? When you press O, you turn on and not turn off the proportional editing. So please take care of that because it might you might forget about that, and if you do, you might find yourself in some problem. And what's going on here? Why is this there? What? I mean, it was because of the autometer, wasn't it? That was interesting. Okay, let's add a mirror then, a normal one. And let me, see only the. Why is this mirror here? Okay. Oh, because, all right, I got it. Because this is also mirroring with this one, which is why, oh right, I got you. So we actually can't apply the auto mirror, because if we do, we're kind of breaking that. Alright, then let's just extrude this a little bit, kind of like this, fill it, and we're just gonna, well, pretend we didn't see anything. Okay, quite alright. And let's go to 1 X-ray mode to see ES. Where are our faces? So ES is not doing a great job for us. So what about E and X? No. ESX. Alright, better. I do need to select this edge, because as you guys can see on everything but the X now, because it is bigger. So I'm just gonna pull it down a little bit like this, and also I have to pull this one. And right, that is pretty cool now, ain't it? Because now we have a door, and we have a door, we have a window to the door, and everything has everything it needs. Alright, so having the window and the door now on both sides. What else can we do? Let's see. To just speed up the process, right? We can select all of them, and we could duplicate them, just put them there and do the same process, right? Is that the easiest version? Or is it like not the easiest version? I think this is one of the easiest version, I don't know. So, oh yeah, right, the mirror is there, so we can't duplicate them. What else can we do? Probably the array modifier can be the most helpful on this one, because we just, array modify it and just put it whatever we need it to. Pretty convenient. Oh, sorry, not this. Yeah, as you can see, it's a little sketchy. So 1.22? No, 1.21. Definitely not. So if I do 1.2, it's gonna get all of it out. So it's 1.2, oh no, 05, and that's kind of perfect. And it's good for this as well. And apparently these are not right. We can actually move everything and then just set the wheels in accordance to where this is. I think this is going to work. And it's the easiest version of everything we have. And as you can see, the wheels are not exactly where they're supposed to be. So, oh, but then these are also gonna be affected one day. So either it's this or these. It's gonna be, but no, it doesn't have to, because we will just do two. We'll basically eliminate those and duplicate this. Yeah, no, this will work. And just set this kind of around there. And this works perfectly fine for me, so that's pretty good. Good? Did I just say good? Alright, let's also have the woodcutter, the doorknob arrayed, right? Because that's also needed. So, oh, and this is gonna be a small problem because we don't exactly know where is it. This might be it. Let's actually just see the textured version of it so that we can kind of see what it's cutting. The good part about this one is that it doesn't really matter, it just needs to intersect it, and that's kind of already doing the job. So now adding a boolean, well, apparently another boolean to this. What we will do is just eliminate that, and put the woodcutter, the door cutter. Why am I saying woodcutter? Also duplicate this, apply the window ones, just show it so that we better see how it's affecting it. Plus it also looks pretty cool, so there's also that. All right. And here we duplicate it and then delete this, get the door cutter, and show them off. And this, because it's done its job, bound just to see where it is, and that's pretty good. And now, two more things that we have to array modify. So let's go with one, see where we are, and we have to go extra for this one, just to. We did not apply the rotation to one. Well, just go in minus for now, because the rotation is inversed, I guess. So minus 105 also? No? This one is apparently a little trickier. It's minus 2.01. Really? Are you so... Almost like proving me like, oh no, I don't want to be minus 1.2. Gonna be minus 1.201. Alright, this one also arrayed. Basically, just like we've just done. Also, let's put it a texture to better see it and see what we're dealing with. Right, so we have the array here, and all we need is to kind of intersect it, do it twice, So you have to have a number count of 4 here. And now we just apply one more boolean and get this out, and with a pipette we will just put the wagon or window cutter. So much with the name. This, which destroys everything, but we don't care because we know exactly how to put it back on. That's the important thing, really. How to solve things that break. Well, that and also not breaking stuff too often would, be also a good lesson. But, which one is funnier? I think fixing is funnier. Not really. I I kind of get mad when I have to just fix stuff. So we have everything, almost. Because we also need some windows here, and I don't think. Oh yeah, we didn't do the door here yet, but actually we might not. No, we might. Yeah, we might just do that as well. All right, but first, of course, the windows here. So dash. So for the window, we'll just go a little bit crazy. We'll just put it somewhere around here. Actually, we kind of need to know where the yeah. We need to be a little careful with the stair here, with a letter. Sorry. All right. Now having this more or less figured out, let's Control 3 and add a cube. Yes, you were right. Whoever thought cube, you are in the right. Whoever did not thought cube, I mean, it was kind of obvious, don't you think? Okay, G and Y here, and kind of the same process. And because it is the same process, I'm gonna speed this up. So see you on the next part. Alright, so there we have it. We do have all we needed to. And I was about to lose it. I thought I lost it. Alright, so having also this, let's just adapt this subdivision surface. Oh, actually first we will duplicate this because this is gonna just be my window. And the cabin window cutter will basically become just the bounds of it, which is a rectangle. Alright, so what we do now is SX this pretty thin and GNX kind of about there. Oh, not there. Sorry, GNX kind of about here. To see it, we need to still see it. And GNX one more time, just a little bit. Right, and select all the spaces. We already kind of have a little rim there for it. So all we really need to do is, um, you know, subdivide this to make it look right. Kind of like that. SZ0 to make it, be exactly on the same Z, and this also get up. Also, when you scale them, make sure to check or to remember to get this edge a little bit further, because it gets way too close and it might, do the problem we talked about with the overlapping geometry, which we hate. That we always need to be careful about it. And that's it. This is also the window. Beautiful. All right. So let's actually take these two and move it to the cabin. And because we have this, we can also mirror them, right? So let's generate mirror on the Y by the cabin. Well, is this called a cube still? Oh, cabin. Okay, what else is called a cube? We probably have to see it from here. Oh, okay. Ladder. Okay, so we applied mirror for the cutter. We also applied a mirror for the window. And actually, there's something that's not happening quite correctly. That might be because, wait, let me check. I not apply the rotation? I did. Didn't apply the scale? I did. Is the rotation of this one not applied? Well, apparently that's not a problem. But the origin of it is a problem, and we know what will happen if we're going to get geometry mirror the origin to the geometry. So just like last time, get the cursor right in the middle by bringing it to a vertex, and now we can just set origin to 3D cursor, and there we have it. And it's still not that great. Well, oh yeah, because we have the part there. So we will do again an empty. Oh, and I did not add it yet. I thought it lagged there for a second. That's why I was waiting. I was like, oh, I guess I just wait now. Cabin window mirror. Good. We know this. So why is it? Well, because that's the selected one. That's why it keeps getting it in there. But I don't want it there. I want it in here, in the cabin for now. Okay, so we have this, and now to have this, we don't mirror by the cabin anymore. We will mirror them by the empty, and that is because we can play around with the empty as we need. So kind of about there should do, and we have windows on all sides now. Also probably I should mirror this one. Forgot of it. So mirror it on the Y. This one we can do by the cabin. This one will not create us any other problems. And also the same goes for you. We can mirror you on the Y by the cabin, and it works pretty nicely. Nice. And also this by the cabin. We can apply another mirror to this on the Y by the cabin. Same with this one. So yeah, right now we're just you know, adding the symmetry we so much like. Well, at least I so much like. By the cabin. The stairs? Oh my god. Mirror them. By what, you ask? By the cabin. It's gonna be the motto of this episode. By the cabin. Oh my god, by the cabin. What did I do? Okay. So, honestly, we could stop right here if we so like. This is pretty much done with. We have all the doors, we have all the things. Actually, we need one more door here. So let's actually get to it, because I did say I'm going to do it after all. So Shift S, let's get it right here. Delete this because we don't need it there, and adding another beautiful cube, which I was looking for in the curve section for some reason. Don't know what up with that. So something like this should do. And let's just name it already. Cabin door. And that's kind of it. Alright. This one will not have windows, just for you to know from now. because it's the cabins, though. You cannot see what the conductor does. He needs privacy. So let's actually duplicate it first. This is gonna be the cutter. So we hide this and we remain only with the cutter. And of course, because actually no, wait. Actually, should we round this as well? No, no, we're not. We're adding this, without um, the most impressive things of all. For two reasons, really. One, you won't see it. Two, uh, we should add some differences. I mean, if all of them look the exact same, it's not that impressive, is it now? So this can, well, will become, just a bound. Just a second, let me duplicate this, which of course it doesn't really like, but when we do this, now it likes it. There we have it. A door that gets at us nowhere. Do we care? No. Why? Because we won't see. You can't see inside, so who really cares what's in there? Alright, so doing this. What shall we do is actually get this to bound first to not forget about it. Good. And now this will show up here, and we just first will actually we'll first scale it on the X to make it pretty thin, kind of like that. That should do. And GX little, actually GX little to kind of put it like this. This will do. Okay. Shade out as mud, and now apply the scale. And you didn't like something, that's for sure. GX, let's get it up. What happens with you when I do this? Nothing good, that's for sure. Let's see the face orientation, because I'm not getting full wide out one more time. Well, that's interesting. There's no reason you should do that. What? No, I think it's just like a bug or something, because it does see it, so the door is there, but it's just not seeing it properly for some reason. Interesting. Anyway, let's see how this will look for now. So it's gonna be a little harder to see actually because of it, which is why this kind of annoys me a little. And let's just apply this and shade out a smooth. Okay, now applying the scale with a bevel apparently helped. And there you have it. We have the door here as well. So now we actually do have kind of everything. And yeah, again, we could stop right here. This is pretty much done. But, well, we're talking only about the modeling, not about anything else. But we don't do that. Why don't we do that? Because what do we love is the one and only details. We need details, and we do love details. So I know I talk a lot about details and stuff, but there's a reason I actually do that. So let's actually shift these. There's no reason to work more than we already do. Okay, I think we work quite a lot anyway. So let's do minus 90 so that it faces that way, and let's actually make sure that the cylinder is not gonna be affected. S, scale it on the Z, S, Z twice, get it all the way in there, kind of like this. G and Z, this will be kind of in between here, right? So by pressing Ctrl+3, we can see it from the front. Alright, so SZZ again, just kind of about there, should be more or less okay. And GZZ there, and SZZ one more time, and there you kind of have it. Okay, there you go. This does it. But we could do a little better. We can just scale this a little to make them just a little more prominent, again, add a little bit of a difference, and you know, change the array modifier to fit our new dimensions. Perfect. And because we want it to be like all the way up here, we add another array modifier. It's so you know, versatile to use it. It's just convenient, really. And wait, what did I do? Oh, right. Kind of there. Does it do anything to the... What's going on with these now? What is going on? Is this a bug? Is this? Because this doesn't do anything to them. So what if I bevel them and then apply the scale? Would that work also? Just like it did before? Doesn't really seem to me that it does. Well, too bad. As long as it doesn't break it, I'm okay with that. So yeah, I was talking about this. It does kind of interact a little bit with it. I don't like that. So what shall we do is actually go with the array modifier just a tiny little bit. Oh, and now it's interacting with that. It's kind of a bad position whatsoever. But yeah, we did it. It's fine. We fix it. Good. Now we have even more details. But you know, I can make even more details. Cables. And I did talk about cables earlier. So let me teach you how to create them, and then let me show you a tool with which you can create them. So probably a lot of you do realize already, we can create some cables around here. We will use Bezier curves. Bezier curves are really the perfect things to create curves with. And curves, well, we're talking about, you know, cables. So, you know, we could just do this. We could just get this up there, get this down as well. And now we just create a depth. And there you have it. This is gonna be one of our cables. And, you know, we kept creating, and we can extrude this curve and keep creating it. We can also create some, you know, model some little heads that we can use for, like, I don't know, cable catchers or something. So something like this, let's say. And yeah, as I was saying, we could be doing this. But I'm just going to say it. This is really not a good idea. The reason it's not a good idea, if you ask me, it's because really it's easy to do, so you don't learn anything from it, and it's also a kind of a bothersome thing. So one thing we can no, not like objects modes. I like that. In the add-ons, and you have the GeoCables. Now, GeoCables is not an add-on that comes with Blender. So GeoCables has to be installed separately. And I'm gonna have the link in the description to where you can download this add-on. If you remember, I did show you how to install the add-ons. So for those that don't remember or didn't see that part, you should see it, by the way. You go to add-ons, you go to install, go to where your add-on is installed. Your add-on is gonna be a zip file, and then just press on the zip file. It's gonna be installed. Tick the box, and that's about it. You will have it. All right. So because I realized this is not gonna be known for everyone, I searched for the GeoCables add-on for you guys. So you will find it in two ways, and this is why I looked it up for you because I remember that. So it's created by AmanDeep. So shout out to them because I think it's such a good job. And this is kind of how it looks. I used it before. It's a really good add-on, and it's free. But there's a catch. If you go on Blender Market, you will find it, I think, for $3, but it comes with more stuff, so not just the cables. But on GumRoad, and I have the link in the description, you can come here and put any price you want, right? Also, it says free add-on, so you can just give them $0, put it in the basket, and just go. And personally, I think it's nice to leave like $1 or $2. It's not a fortune, and they do deserve it in my opinion. It's a really good add-on, and it deserves at least that much. But if you don't have it, it's fine. Also, a little bit of a shout out to AmanDeep because they have really good add-ons, really. So, D2DB Bridge, also a really good add-on. It's using AI and it's training materials, but I think it's a pretty good thing. The modifier shortcut, also pretty helpful to speed up your process. The cavity path, we will talk about it in the texturing, but it's also pretty good. I don't know how useful necessarily, but we'll see. And the geopipes. So in my opinion, the ones I use the most, right? Geopipes and geocables. Absolutely perfect for getting rid of stuff such as this. Because I'm just going to say it's just dumb not to have a shortcut for creating cables like that. It's just easy to do, and again, it's not helping us with anything. So there's no reason not to try to speed up where we can. And another problem is I can't find my add-ons anymore because I have a little too many of them. And we're going to talk about most of them. And for those that might ask, how many of them are also bought? It's just I think two. Two of them are bought. All the others are not. Are just coming with Blender or are absolutely free. So A tools, we have the create or edit cables. So alright, so by going into the GeoCables, what we need to do is tell it where basically to create our cables, right? So press on create cables and it's gonna create our cables. You choose where to start, where to end, and these are our cables. By scrolling the mouse wheel, it's going to give us more or less cables. So let's have like a few of them. And now go out of edit mode and just select them. Actually, we were in out of edit mode, so just scale them down to kind of about there, get them up back. And now I'm into edit mode, and that's why you cannot see them anymore. And we have this curve. And now we just, get the curves however far from each other we need it. We can scale this down just a little more, put it up, and, just play around with it. We don't need it to do anything. And you can just extrude this and, kind of get it up there. Unfortunately, you can't, scale it by itself. That would have been nice. But maybe with an update, who knows? And I'm selecting everything else but the cables themselves. So we want kind of small cables, to be honest, because we don't need to, interact with everything else. And let us just kind of have this. All right, so now we have the cables, and you know Now we have them exactly where we wanted. And if you go to the modifiers, there is basically a modifier. But this is the geometrical nodes if you heard of them. So basically if you press on the cables and go to geometry nodes, we'll see a lot of stuff. And don't get scared by it, okay? This is actually not that complicated necessarily. I mean, it's not that simple to be honest with you, but it's also not that complicated. Um, but you don't have to mind about this, okay? We don't touch this. We don't care about this. We will do some geometry nodes a little later on, but nothing to this degree. We'll do some simple stuff to kind of get the basis of it and understand how to work with those. But yeah, this is kind of it. So what we can do here, right? Because this is important. We can edit stuff from here. And so what we can really do that we care, it's, well, basically a lot. You can, play with the direction of it, but we don't really care about that. The count, so you can still add or decrease the number of the cables, depending on what you want. The resolution, the length of it all, again, pretty important. Also, how much they will go down, so how much they bend. The radius, so how thick they are, so you can make them a little thicker if you need them to be a little more prominent. And we can do this and decrease the number of the cables, and here we are. It's pretty good. All right. And here you can also play with the connectors. So by default, this will give you the chance to go and add your own connectors to basically create something that will hold the cables, right? And basically, do it. But you can also import connectors. So you have GeoCable connectors. So as you can see, a new collection has been added to our scene. And that collection is actually right here. And if you press on it, we have this. 4 connectors that we can choose from. And we can just hide that. Okay. And now when we go to connectors collection, we can go GeoCables connectors. And what that will do, and actually let me just have this so that I can show it. Right now nothing, because the connectors, I think, what's it called, the amount, right, is 0. So, it cannot really do anything. But now that we have 2, look at it. It has the connectors here. And I think it has every type of connector. It's not just one type. So it takes from all the collection, and I think that's pretty cool. And you can also play, with the scale of them and make them, again, more prominent or whatnot. I just think they're super cool. So, yeah, again, if you take this, my personal opinion, I think it's worth to give them something. And yeah, then you can just play with the seeds, so you can find your favorite, you know, your favorite. Oh, I didn't press on the seed. That's what I wanted. Right. Your favorite combination of numbers and how they are positioned and whatnot, and then we can have this, and look how cool that looks. This is pretty awesome. So yeah, this is also quite great, and I think that this is just enough. I think we could do a little more in this, and along the way I'm going to show you some more little tricks, but for now, we are finally, and drums please, done with the 3D modeling of the train. That is it. This is our model, and if I may say so myself, I think it's a pretty goddamn good model. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty interesting. It has a lot of detail. It has a lot of personality, and even better than that, it is all yours. And I think that's really important. So, also, it also gives you the tools to create whatever else you want from now on, because I think from this series you have to have developed by now the ability to create your own stuff. So that being said, this is it, and the next video is gonna be the unwrapping of all these models, which is gonna take a little bit of time, but it's gonna be pretty fun, and I'll show you exactly why. And that is kind of it. By the way, a small update for every one of you guys. Uh, by the time I'm recording this, while I'm actually recording this, we hit 38 subscribers. So thank you so much. And if you stuck till the end of this video, also thank you so much more. And if you have it in you, please leave a like. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Please comment down below and tell me, what do you really think about, this 3D model? Did you make it better? Do you have any differences? Show them if you want to. And also, have a great day. If you want, share this video for your friends to see it, and maybe some other people that are interested in 3D modeling. And I just hope you guys have a great Wednesday and a great Thursday and a great Friday as well. So have a great day, have a great night, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.